Greetings everyone, welcome back to Lemex Effects. No wait, actually, you're most likely new to my channel, so welcome. And if you're wondering how we got here, I made a statement in a Final Fantasy X video that there is a reason that I can pull out so many similarities between Japanese video games and Black history. And I'm going to explain that reason by examining the story of Onimusha. That was a statement that I had made. And surprisingly, many people wanted to see how I could do that. So here we are. Now, most people would string you along by making their claim at the end of the video and trying to give you all the evidence that would support their claim first. That is in hope that you will actually watch the entire video in order to get the answer that you want. Because, if the speaker says something that you don't believe, you might just click away without trying to hear the proof. You might think, that's some BS, I don't want to hear that, and just leave. But me, I'm just going to say it. The reason why Japanese stories have so many similarities to Black history is Black people were in Japan and told them the history. Now, I know many of you don't believe that there were Black people in Japan prior to World War I for some reason, but they were. And the stories that the Black people told the Japanese inspired games like Onimusha. So basically, what I'm saying is, I can find Black people in this game called Onimusha. What is my proof? My proof is the presence of Oda Nobunaga.
Men! Fight and die with honor!
And Oda Nobunaga is a real historical figure. And because of a new game called Assassin's Creed and an anime called Yasuke, Oda Nobunaga is known for his interaction with a black man called Yasuke. But this is Lemex Effects. I don't just take one character and say, see, this is a proof that we're looking at the history of Oda Nobunaga. Nor is this game theory where I try to find some deep lore and some hidden clues that you cannot find easily. Instead, I try to find things that anyone who has played Onimusha would have seen with their own two eyes. Things that no player could have possibly missed. So, how will the presence of Oda Nobunaga help me to find Black people in this game? Well, if you watched my previous episodes, you know that I have one general rule when it comes to finding Black people.
Everything that happened to me, all this, started with sin.
That's right, when it comes to Black people, everything begins and ends with sin. Because my claim is, and always will be, that the Black diaspora and the Hispanics are the Israelites. But we're not talking about the Hispanics, so let's stick to one topic right now. So Black people. And if the Black people are the Israelites, because that's who we're talking about at the moment, there is one rule about finding Israelites in any story. You look for the curses of sin. And if you do that, you will find them every time. Why? Because of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 45 and 46. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So, since no race keeps the commandments of God, in this world where no one keeps those commandments, the curses will be a sign on which of these sinners are the Israelites. So, if I want to find them, I need to look for these curses. And if Black people are the Israelites, then the same rule applies. In order to find them, I need to find the oppression that Black people would be known for. So, thinking about the oppression that Black people are known for, who comes to mind as the people who oppressed Black people? I'll give you a few seconds and you realize Caucasians. Caucasians are the face of the oppressors of Black people. So, if you want to find Black people, and you're trying to find the curses first, then you need to find the Caucasians first. Now, the reason why we're looking for the Caucasians first is very simple. When it comes to Black history, it seems like every race agreed to erase Black history, and any Black hero is repainted to resemble the dominant race of such and such country. For example, in America, that is called whitewashing. But the Japanese did it too. So we cannot look at the characters' faces for Black people, we have to look at their story for something that resembles Black history. Fortunately for us, finding the oppressor of the Black people, the Caucasian man, is extremely easy. Now, you asked how the presence of Oda Nobunaga would help us find Black people in Onimusha, right? And the answer is, if the story of Oda Nobunaga in Onimusha is similar to the real history of Nobunaga, then other parts of his history, such as the presence of Black people in Japan, would also be in this game. Oh yeah, and by the way, the Caucasians are the Genma.
I am Fortune Bra. I am the King of Demons. Welcome to our little ceremony.
So, in real history, Oda Nobunaga met with the Europeans and initiated trade with them. Also, he allowed for them to spread their religion of Christianity in Japan. His purpose behind this was to reduce opposing powers like those of other rulers and the power of the Buddhist religion. These things prevented him from unifying Japan under his rule. So, trading with the Europeans would give him weapons to destroy other Japanese rulers, and allowing Christianity to spread would destabilize the common religion of the country. Now, in the game, Oda Nobunaga made a deal with a race called the Genma. The Genma are a race of demons who prey upon humans. Their deal was, if he allied with them, they would make him ruler of Japan. They would supply him with weapons and undead soldiers to achieve his goal. So, as we were looking for, the story is similar to the history. We found Oda Nobunaga, and we found the representation of the Caucasians, which would be Genma. So we are actually looking at Oda Nobunaga's history if we play Onimusha. But how do we know that these Genma are actually the same Europeans that aided Oda Nobunaga in history? Well, if you play the game, you know it's in their names. Their names make it easy to know these are Europeans. Here are some of the names of the Genma bosses. Gorgondantes, which is a Latin-based name. Guildenstern is an Old English name and also known because of a character from Shakespeare. Also, Rosencrantz, another character from Shakespeare's Hamlet, just like Guildenstern. And Osric, another Old English name that apparently also is in Hamlet. You know what? Let's get all these Hamlet names out of the way. Ophelia, Marcellus, Hecuba. Oh yeah, and Claudius comes from Claudius Caesar. Whether he's in Hamlet too, I did not check. But lastly, Fortinbras. Now, I am sure that there is some naysayer who says, I didn't need to watch your video to know that there were Caucasians in Onimusha. It's obvious because they all had European names. But listen, I'm smarter than that. I know that if I did not make it abundantly clear that these had to be Caucasians no matter what, then when I showed you the people that they enslaved, when I showed you the Black people and said, see, these guys were enslaved by the Genma, so the Genma must be Europeans, then you would say, he's only saying that because he hates Caucasians. These can't be Caucasians. He's just making that up. So, in order to get around that, I had to show you that they were Europeans, obviously, beforehand. Now, because they would pretend that this very, very obvious fact that all the Genma are named by European names doesn't matter. So, I had to give that account beforehand. Also, apparently the battle from Onimusha Warlords is a battle that actually happened around Oda Nobunaga's time. So they also helped me prove that this is around Oda Nobunaga's real history. In other words, even though the game Onimusha is a work of fiction, Capcom used real history to construct this fiction. They just made the information that they found fantastical, such as turning the real race of Caucasians into a race of demons, which will be something that definitely will come up later anyway. So since Nobunaga met with Caucasians and black people, if I can find both Nobunaga and the Caucasians in this game, I should be able to find black people as well. This will be important because the point I am making is that black people inspired Onimusha, and that would explain why the King of Demons Fortune Bras is a serpent, which is a symbolism that is not found in Japanese stories. That is a Christian idea. So, we have our Caucasians, but where are the black people in Onimusha? Well, I am not only going to tell you where the black people are, I am going to tell you where the black people are, but here's what I'm also going to do. Every day of next week, Monday through Friday, at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, or is that Mountain Time? I don't know. But at 12:30 p.m., I'm going to post another Onimusha video because I want to show you every single, well, not every single, but a whole lot of the Christian symbolism that the Japanese use in order to describe the Caucasian race in Onimusha. In the very next episode, however, I am going to show you where the black people are in Onimusha so that we can get that out of the way, so that when I explain all the other symbolism, it'll definitely make sense. Next time on Lamex Effects.